105 pounds, and also Dante Fusero, a senior, and the tight end Scott Wagner, a 6 foot, 200-pound senior. There you have the starting lineups. We'll take our final break. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
The opening kickoff just moments away on WBUT 1050 and FM 97.7.
Interior grooming is the outfit that you want to go to. That is the business you want to use when you do need to have your upholstery and your carpet clean. That's Bill's Interior Grooming in Butler.
Justin Cherry all set to kick off. Back deep for Fox Chapel, Steve Wagner and Dan Flecker. Fox is in their road uniforms, red pants, trimmed in white shirts with red trim and white helmets. Here's the kick. It's taken by Wagner at the 14. Out across the 20 and out over the 25 and up near the 29-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the Foxes will put it in play. 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. Scott Carr, Derek Neubauer, flanker to the right, split backs. Aiken rolling to his right, keeping the football, and is going to be dropped for a loss at the 27-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play. The right hash of Fox Chapel moving left to right. A trip formation to the left. Split end right. Single setback in Fritsch. Aiken with a long count. Down a line option. Pitches it back, and a hit made immediately, and a loss all the way back to the 20-yard line on a great defensive play.
Timmy Madigan.
By Tim Madigan. Marked when they run the ball, it looks foreign to them. Here we go, 3rd and 15 for Fox Chapel at their own 23-yard line. Shotgun formation. Aiken back to throw. Pump fakes. Now wants to run. Comes out across the 25 and is forced out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Had no one to throw to, standing at the Butler 41-yard line. Good snap, and Liebert's punt. High, wobbly kick, short, going out of bounds in Butler territory. In Fox Chapel territory. Still walking. Now he's going down. Even more. I don't know. He's going into the end.
Ball at the 36-yard line of the Fox Chapel Foxes.
Tight end to the left. Split end right. Power eye set to the left. Papania turns. Gives to Schmidt. Up the middle. Fights his way down near the 30-yard line for a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4. Get 2nd and 4 now. 9:35 to go here in the first period. Butler's first possession. Power eye set again to the left. Here's a pitch back to Damon Graham, sweeping to the left, cuts inside the 30, and down near the 25-yard line, and a Butler first down. Now going to ground Chuck, coming out once again in a power eye set with Maker shifting over to the right. And we're going to pitch back to Schmidt on a sweep to the right. Cuts inside, has a block, and is stacked up and dropped at about the 21-yard line. Make it a pickup of nearly 4. Close to 5 on the play. Football in the middle of the field. Power eye set to the right. Split end left is Matt Tack. Papania under center. Gives to the second man through. Maker puts his head down and works the football down near the 16 of Fox Chapel and close to a first down. To Fox Chapel. Split end right, tight end left, and a power eye set to the left. Papania turns, gives to Schmidt straight ahead, and he's stacked up. I don't think he got it. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Depending on on the spot.
And the selection of a weekly player of the game.
7:26 to go, first period. 1st and 10, Butler at the 15 of Fox Chapel. Handoff straight ahead, Nathan Mitchell, and works his way down near the 12. Make it a pickup of 3.
Ball to Matt Tack and a host of other receivers.
2nd down, 7 to go. Power I set to the left. Turn to give to Schmidt. Straight ahead, running room, powers it down inside the 5 and all the way down to the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, Butler.
Shirts out there.
1st and goal, Butler at the Fox Chapel 1. Power I set to the left. Maker to that side. Pena turns, gives straight ahead to Damon Graham, and he's stacked up, maybe even loses a yard back to the 2-yard line. Mike, in the last 2 weeks, this for Butler must be something like the 6th time that we've started 5:50 remaining here, first period, and Butler threatening. 2nd and goal at the Fox Chapel 2. Power I set to the left. Here's the hand of Maker. 2nd man through, puts his head down, and I don't think he got in.
No, he
stopped
didn't get in.
Just shy of the goal line, about the half-yard line, so that will bring up 3rd and goal. The 8th play in the drive that started at the Fox Chapel 36. Power I set to the right. Pena turns, and he's going to roll out, looking to pass, runs it straight ahead, and he's in for the touchdown. He ran through 6 white shirts.
And that was all Justin Pena because he was under a heavy rush. Looked like he was...
8 plays for the Tornado. The placement is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So with the score, Butler 7, Fox Chapel nothing. We'll pause and be right back with the kickoff after this message.
Now the Tornado enjoying a 7-0 lead over Fox Chapel here, 5:01 into the first quarter.
Wagner and Flecker back deep for the Foxes. So Butler taking advantage of a poor punt, excellent field position, drives it home. Here's Cherry's kick, taken by Wagner at the 14. Off to the left side, carries it out across the 30, down the sideline, breaks free, out across the 40, into the clear, and fumbles the ball as he breaks free. He's hit
Butler
from behind, coughs it up, and Butler has it at the Fox Chapel 48-yard line. So that negates a fine kickoff return of 34 yards. And Butler once again it up. 1st and 10, Butler at the 48 of Fox Chapel, moving right to left. Football right hash. I formation. Pena back to throw. Fires it out here in the flat. Complete the tack. And he's wrapped up and dropped at the 46-yard line. Checked out the 44-yard line. Now they're going to give him even more, Mike.
Because he's not a real big guy, but he's a gutsy guy.
2nd down, 5 to go for Butler. Football left hash. I formation. Tack, flanker to the right. Handoff off the right side. Damon Graham takes it outside, and he's going to be smothered and thrown for a loss back near the 46-yard line. A loss of nearly 3 on a play. A sprint out to the right side and let the back make his pick. So it's 3rd and 6 for Butler at the Fox Chapel 45. Here's a bootleg by Pena under pressure. Gets it off, complete to Nathan Mitchell in the flat, inside the 30, down inside the 20 to the 19 of Fox Chapel, and a 1st down, and Pena got rid of it just in time as he was hit from behind.
Yeah, and a great
waggle with Nathan Mitchell, the receiver, out into the flat. 1st and 10, Butler at the 20 of Fox Chapel. Here's Mitchell, straight head up the middle, plenty of running room, down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line, and Butler making it look very easy here in the first half.
These guys are moving the Fox Chapel Foxes off the line of scrimmage.
And the brunt of the 2 interior people, I'll get back there. Schmidt, huge hole up the middle, inside the 5 and down to the 3. And Butler just burying the 2 interior people, nose guard, goal Butler at the 4. Power I set to the right. Damon Graham dots the I. Here's Pena on the keeper off the right side, and it's going to be dropped, thrown for a loss back at the 8-yard line. So a loss of 4 on the play. They're now going to move it up and spot it out to 7, so make it a loss of 3. 1:30 remaining here in the first period of play. Butler leading 7-0 and looking for more. Trip set to the right. Nathan Mitchell, the single setback. Pena back to throw, looking, fires over the middle, and nearly intercepted and dropped at the goal line by the linebacker. 3rd and goal at the Fox Chapel 7. Clock stopping, 1:17 remaining here in this first quarter of play. And now shotgun formation. Pena back at his own at the 15. Fires a fade into the end zone for Will Speidel. Over his head, incomplete. The 15-yard line right in the middle, and this will be a dead-on 25-yard attempt. The snap, the kick is up. It is long enough, and it is good. So with the score, Butler 10 and Fox Chapel nothing. Will be back. Down on the nose guard, kicking out on the defensive tackle and just running a herd in that hole. Here's Jerry's kickoff. Good boot, taken by Flecker at the 10. He's going to try to sweep wide to his left, gets a block, and gets the ball out across the 25 near the 27-yard line.
26-yard line.
Slot formation to the right, split backs. Aitken under center. Fires quickly out here to his receiver, Fusaro, out across the 30 and up to the 35-yard line.
And cheerleaders.
2nd and 1 for Fox Chapel at their own 35-yard line. Here's a handoff to the halfback Flecker, and he comes off left tackle and gets it up near the 39-yard line. First period. Fox Chapel moving left to right. They have the football. 1st and 10 at their own 39. Slot left, split backs. 4-man defensive front for Butler. Here's Aiken back to throw. Here comes the pressure. He rolls away from it. Now fires deep downfield. Has a man wide open to Liebert, and he has it inside the 25 down to the Butler 23-yard line. And if Aiken had looked...
San Francisco Bay got off the ship, and here's what they have to say.
Liebert, and the Foxes have it. 1st and 10 at the Butler 23-yard line. Shotgun formation. Trips to the right. Here's Aiken, a quarterback draw up the middle and dragged down just at the line of scrimmage. Maybe give him a yard near the 22-yard line. Some confusion as the receivers switch sides. Liebert flanked right. Aiken in a shotgun formation. Takes a snap. Rolls to his left. Looks. Fires into the end zone for Fusaro, and he drops it. It was tipped by Mattack, and then Fusaro had it in his fingertips and couldn't hold on. A lot of 3rd and long situations. Aitken in a shotgun set. Rolls to his right. Here comes the pressure. Rolls away from it. Flips it out over the head of his intended receiver, Mike Frank, at the Butler 18-yard line. So that will attempt the field goal. The placement, the kick is up. It's no good. Wide to the left, a line drive kick, and Butler will take over, leading 20. I formation. Flanker right, split left. Here's a handoff to Schmidt. Straight ahead, and he's wrapped up and dropped for a loss even. Back at the 19-yard line. Then to the left. Tack, a flanker right. Split backs this time for Butler. Pena back to throw. Looking, fires out here for Tack. Through his hands. The pass was a little high, out of bounds, and the incomplete pass was Pena back in a shotgun set. And the Foxes jump off sides.
Well, if you're looking for an eye doctor that will be great with your kids, Dr. Robert Weedall has 3 children of his own and is always...
Eamon Graham replaces Brett Schmidt. Pena, shotgun. Back to throw. Here comes the pressure. Steps up, guns over the middle, and nearly intercepted by Fox Chapel, but dropped up at his own 48-yard line. He's standing back at his own 43. Maker back to punt. Here's his kick, a wobbly kick off to the right, and goes out of bounds at the Fox Chapel 42-yard line. We'll come back with Butler leading 10-0, 2-yard line. 9:39 remaining here in the first half. Aitken in a shotgun formation. Back to throw. Looking, fires down the middle, has a man open, and incomplete. Intended for Dante Fusaro. Field goal by Justin Cherry. Aitken under center this time. running to his right, pitches it back to Flecker, trying to get outside to the right, and he's wrapped up and dropped for a loss back at the 36-yard line formation. Aiken back in the shotgun. They have the ball at their own 37. Back, fires down the middle, over the head of his intended receiver, out at the 50-yard line so far in this first half, and straight ahead runs. Here's Liebert's punt. A sailing kick. Damon Graham takes it back at his own 24-yard line, comes out across the 30, the 35, the 40, down the sideline, and across the 40 and up near the 48-yard line where he's forced out of bounds on a fine kickoff return. So
We'll save you money. We'll save you money. We'll save you money, 'cause we're dealing your way.
And 7 to go for Butler. At the Fox Chapel 47-yard line. Handoff off the left side to Graham, and he gets some running room down near the 44-yard line of Fox Chapel. Power eye set to the right, and now Butler moves. The right guard for the Tornado.
Chapel 49-yard line. 7:17 to go here in the second quarter.
Power eye formation. Maker to the left. Here's a turn and a handoff to Maker and a counter. Huge running room across the 45, down inside the 40, and to the 39-yard line of Fox Chapel goes Joe Maker on a conveyor belt, Mike. They were gone in a hurry. 1st and 10, Butler at the 39 of Fox Chapel. Damon Graham off the left side, and the Foxes come with a blitz and stack him up and throw him for a loss back at the 40.
Their secret recipe ham loaf is available in 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6-pound loaves. Pre-order them hot or...
So it is a holding call. 6:15 remaining here in the first half. Butler leading 10-0. Trip set to the left. Football on the right hash. Maker the single setback. Here come the Foxes with the blitz. Papania back to throw. Dumps it off into the flat to Schmidt. And he takes the ball down to Fox Chapel's 5:30 remaining here in the first half. I formation. Flanker right, split left. Papania rolls back, setting up a screen. Flicks it out here to Graham. And he's going to come inside the 40, and we're going to get a clipping call against Butler as Graham gets it down near the 33-yard line. A pickup 29.
Yeah, because it goes from the spot of the
football at their own 37-yard line. 5 minutes remaining here, first half. I formation. Papania hands off to Maker straight ahead, up the middle, and gets maybe about 3 or 4 yards out to the 43-yard
play. Obviously, you look for what's open, and oftentimes there's something under.
Go here in the first half. Butler leading 10-0. Trip set to the left. Pena back, fires quickly out here to tack. Comes across the 50 and down to the 48-yard line of Fox Chapel. In at 10, but it's still 4th and 17 for Butler. And Maker back to kick, standing at his own 41-yard line. 3:44 to go.
They jump.
And now here are the penalty markers.
Street and Butler are cheering on the Butler Golden Tornado to victory this football season. Good luck again.
Up and punted away from his own 45-yard line. Flecker back, standing at his own 8. High, wobbly kick. Flecker takes it at the 11. Tries to find some running room and is brought down at the 16-yard line, where Fox Chapel will put it in play, and while they come on to the...
Directly to your Butler County Truck Headquarters. Reston Dodge Jeep Toyota. Route 8 south of Butler.
Aiken on a 1st and 10 from his own 17-yard line. Rolls right, looking. Here comes the pressure, and he's going to be hit and dropped and thrown for a loss back at the 6-yard line on a fine deal where they just tried to run a conventional running play. 2nd and 21. Aiken fumbles the snap, picks it up, and runs forward out to about the 13-yard line.
But that's actually probably the longest gain they've had on a...
3rd and 15 for Fox Chapel. At their own 12-yard line, shotgun. Aiken back to throw. Looking, fires deep down the right sideline for Liebert. He makes the catch down the right sideline, inside the 40, the 35, and forced out of bounds at the Butler 33-yard line on a great pass from to throw the ball the last 3 weeks. They just can't get it in the end zone. An inability to run kills them. Here's a handoff to Flecker, coming up the middle on a counter, and he gets to the 30-yard line A pickup of nearly Allegheny 6, Seneca Valley nothing. 2nd and 7 for the Foxes at the Butler 30. Here's a handoff. Flecker off the left side and gets a yard down to the 29-yard line as the Foxes try to catch up.
Money. We'll save you money, 'cause we're dealing your way.
Back to throw in a shotgun formation. Threads it down the middle, complete to his receiver, Greg Edwards, down inside the 5-yard line, and that may nullify a beautiful strike down the middle.
Bacon has a gun for an arm.
There. The problem has been their inability to run it in crucial situations. Mike Frank comes in motion left. Aiken, back to throw, looking, fires, down the middle, has a man open, complete to Liebert, inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. Now they have a 1st and 10 at the Butler 19-yard line with 26 seconds remaining. This drive started at their own 8-yard line. Aiken back to throw. Here's the pressure. He's going to fire into the end zone to Facero. He's got it down. Touchdown on a 19-yard strike from in the final 2 minutes here. And here's the snap. It's a bad one. The kick still is off, and Facero nails it through.
Where it seemed like we were really in good control. We called timeout to stop the clock because Jay Cooksey had 2-8-2-3-4-2-8.
That score coming with 19 seconds remaining in the half. Here's a squibbly kickoff. Fumbled by Brett Schmidt. He picks it up, got a hole. 11, finds, comes up the middle, and out to the 32-yard line where he's dropped. That stops the second period. So Butler will take a snap here with 13 seconds to go. And Papena goes back, goes down to a knee, and that's going to 10. Fox Chapel 7 will be back to recap the first half.
So we didn't really get a chance to see what happened then, and we didn't get a chance to see who the Butler captains are. They are Ryan Bird and Jeff Blymiller, and also Brian Albert, our fine senior tight end. And another thing we want to mention is a big birthday this evening, and a guy that has been around town for a long time, and a really good, very good friend of mine, Warren Mitchell and Helen Mitchell, their son, Nathan Mitchell, is having his 18th birthday today. And this is a guy that we really can't say too much about. He has had a fantastic year for the Tornado, both on offense and defense. And he is just the heart and soul of that Tornado defense. And on offense, he has become a great running back and also a great blocker. The game, and he's the type of guy that will go on and still lead a very meaningful life, even though he had that happen to him, a huge disappointment in his senior year.
Facero all set to kick off for the Foxes. Here's his boot, selling back, taken by Damon Graham at the 8-yard line, comes out across the 20, has running room to 25 to 30, and finally wrapped up and dropped at the 37-yard line on a fine 29-yard kickoff return by Damon Graham. And now we have a good downpour, a steady rain coming. Butler comes out in a power I set. To the right goes Joe Maker. Here's a handoff straight ahead to Schmidt, and he's wrapped up and dropped just shy of the 40-yard line. Make it a gain. They're going to spot it to go for the Tornado.
Yeah, and Ed, you know, you mentioned earlier, this rain now is starting to fall rather heavily, and we thought as we were driving up the hill tonight that we may encounter some bad falling very hard at Butler High School.
But no wind, Mike. The flag is limp. 2nd down, 8 to go for Butler at their own 40-yard line. Here's a counterplay to hand off to Maker, and he's tripped up and dropped out at the 41, maybe the 42-yard line. 3rd and about 7 for Butler at their own 42-yard line. Trip set to the right. Pena back to throw, rolling to his right, dumps it into the flat, complete to Schmidt, and he's wrapped up and dropped immediately at the 46-yard line.
I don't want to let them think, really, that they have a chance, but I'll tell you what, they are playing great football. I'm afraid you're right.
Maker back to punt, kicking away from zone 33, a wobbly end-over-end kick, and Wagner will let it bounce, and it will be down by Butler.
Sponsor of Butler High football.
Mike, you're going to have to get back to a hardware store tomorrow and get yourself a new pair of glasses. 1st and 10 for the Foxes at their own 15-yard line, shotgun formation. Fritsch goes in motion right. Here's the quarterback, and he fumbles the ball back at his own 13-yard line. And I think they're going to rule that he was down.
I think they are too.
He fumbled the ball, And, Mike, it was before in this situation, going 92 yards for a score in the second quarter. Aiken back in a shotgun set. Liebert goes in motion right. Here's a snap. Handoff to his halfback, and he carries it out to the 15-yard line. A pickup of 7 on the play thing. Be able to punt the ball away rather than turning it away. Aiken back to throw. In motion right goes Frank, and now here comes the penalty marker. Could have a delay of game against the Foxes. We do a delay of game penalty, so the 5-yard penalty moves it back to the 10-yard line. Now we'll make it 3rd and 15. And yet, Mike, with Aiken's arm, really 3rd and 15 in this situation, it's not as bad as it looks. But he's been able to throw strikes 20. Here comes the blitz. Aiken back to throw, and he's wrapped up and dropped for a loss back at the 1-yard line. And, you know, they made the mistake that time, Mike. Never read the blitz, and he's looking to throw the ball 40 yards downfield. Now, Little's no one there for Butler.
And I think what you look at Aiken again, this being his first year as a quarterback, really, you could see the inexperience.
We actually had no one, they had no one out for a short pass against the blitz. Here's Liebert back to punt, gets it off in the end zone. Good spiraling kick over Damon Graham's head, and he finally grabs it way back at the 45-yard line of Fox Chapel, finds some running room, takes it to the outside, and cuts it in, and is finally dropped at the 46 of Fox Chapel. Ran about 38 yards and picked up 6, but he made quite an effort, did Damon Graham. 47-yard line.
Well, you know, I watched Damon do that before. When he was in midget football league, he used to run all over the place.
He's had the ball to start a series in Fox Chapel territory. 1st and 10, Butler at the Fox Chapel 47, leading 10-7. 7:13 to go, third quarter. Here's a pitch back to Schmidt, back to Papena. Now he wants to run it across the 45, the 40, and drop at the 37-yard line of Fox Chapel, and close to a first down. Gain of 9 on a play, so 2nd down, 1 to go for Butler at the Fox Chapel 38-yard line. Butler moving left to right, football on a right hash. I formation. Here's a handoff straight ahead. Mitchell, and he gets the first down as he bowls his way down to the 33 of Fox Chapel. Looking at a 1st and 10 at the 33 of Fox Chapel. This drive having started at the Butler 47-yard line. Check that at the Fox Chapel 47. Here's a handoff, Damon Graham, and he's tripped up just at about the 29 of Fox Chapel. Started to his left, cut it back. Mike, this was with an interior 2 tackles at 180 and 195 pounds for Fox Chapel. Power eye set to the right. Here's a handoff to Schmidt off the right side, and he's dropped and thrown for a loss back at the 30-yard line. 4:50 remaining here in the third period. Butler leading by 3, 10-7. Trips to the left. Papena back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Pulls up, fires over the middle, complete the tack, and he's close to the first down. He should have it at the Fox Chapel 21-yard line. Tight end to the right. Papena under center. Turns, gives to Schmidt off the right side. Huge hole into the Fox Chapel secondary and down to the Fox Chapel 12-yard line for a pickup of 9. And the rain starts to come down.
Board here, it's going to make it so difficult for the Foxes to catch up because they throw the ball so much. And it looks to me like this may be an all-nighter now as the rain starts to really pour. But great blocking on O'Brien Albert at tight end.
2nd and 1 for Butler at the Fox Chapel 12-yard line. Power eye set to the right. Here's a handoff to Damon Graham off the right side and cracks it inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, Butler. 1st and goal, Butler. Now spotted at the 9 of Fox Chapel. Power eye set to the right. Papena gives straight ahead to Nathan Mitchell, and he fights his way down to the 5. Breaks loose, dives into the end zone, and has the touchdown. Nathan Mitchell on a great run off the right side for 9 yards, and the score.
Well, I'll tell you what, the birthday boy, it's his 18th birthday, but on Nathan Mitchell hit on about the 5 with Justin Papena holding.
47 yards, 6 plays for the Tornado. Here's Cherry's kick. It is up, it is long enough, and it is good. So the score, Butler 17, Fox Chapel 7. We'll be right back after this.
You make me feel
Or change things around for you?
You know, just keep working hard and not letting things start to bother me, and you know, having a lot of faith in your skills. And as the second half went on, everything started to get better and better. And even though it was a slow start, you know, the Padres had faith in me, and I was able to come through for them.
Well, congratulations to you on a fine rookie season, and we're going to get you back up here in the booth again come basketball season.
Sounds great.
All right, Butler kicking, of course, Matt Clement finishing his first year in the major leagues. 1st and 10 for the Foxes at their own 27-yard line. Aitken under center, drops straight back. Here comes pressure, throws deep down the right sideline for Facero, and out of bounds, nearly intercepted by Damon Graham at the 42
at Butler High Stadium. The Tornado out in front 17-7 with 2:49 to go in the third quarter in a very important Quad North Conference game.
And it's been a game of field position for Butler. Their scoring drives coming from the Fox Chapel 36, the Fox Chapel 48, and the Fox Chapel 47. Here's Aiken rolling out the pass, looking, fires deep down the left sideline for Edwards, incomplete at the Butler 40-yard line. And yet, Mike, he has not completed the pass here in the second half. 3rd and 10 for the Foxes at their own 27-yard line. Here comes the blitz by Jared Maker. Aiken fires down the middle, complete to Facero, out across the 40, the 45, and up to the 48-yard line. And there's a penalty marker back at the 25. Personal foul. We have holding against the Foxes, leading 17-7. The last score, a brilliant 9-yard run by Nathan Mitchell. Aiken, shotgun formation, double slot, back, looking, steps up, fires down the middle, has a man wide open for Facero, out across the 30, the 35, down the sideline, breaks free, and slips and goes. Blitzing, there is no one there to defend the middle. 1st and 10, Foxes at their own. They move it back 38-yard line. Aiken, back to throw, eludes the rush, turns it down the right sideline, and goes out of bounds out at the 41-yard line. A pickup of just about a yard, maybe going to bring 8 for Fox Chapel at their own 41-yard line. A minute 43 remaining here, third quarter. Butler leading 17-7. Aiken hands off to Flecker on a counter, and he carries it up near the 44-yard line. A gain of about 3 on the play. That will bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, and that time I think it's Ryan Kerr.
3rd and 5 at their own 44-yard line. Shotgun formation, double slot, snap back to Aiken, comes the pressure, he's looking, fires over the middle, incomplete, and no receiver around. The quarterback draw, they don't have a regular draw play that they could use from time to time to stem the blitz, and they see a lot of blitzes. Here's Liebert's punt. He fakes it down the right sideline, inside the 40 and out of bounds at the Butler 35-yard line.
Return right on, because the side of the field, they were actually near the hash in front of Fox Chapel's bench on that first down. And I see our Joe Maker on the sideline being attended to by one of the trainers. He may have twisted that ankle again, Ed.
A pickup of 21 on a play, and that without a doubt is the longest run of the night for the Foxes. Here's Aiken back to throw, in trouble, down the right sideline to Facero, and there's pass interference. He was open down to the 20-yard line.
Well, whether you need glasses, contacts, or bifocals.
That time Facero was in the open, but the pass interference penalty gives the Foxes the football at their own, at the Butler 15. Here's Aiken on a draw play up the middle, breaks one tackle, then another, as he gets it down inside the 15.
Have to be a puzzle. Call Penn Telecom long distance today at 1-800-449-SAVE.
He went unbalanced.
Dan Flecker, the ball carrier, off the right side, and he's wrapped up by Nate. Drive that started at the Fox Chapel 15-yard line. Aiken, shotgun formation, fumbles it, picks it up, looks, it's going to be grabbed, wrapped up, and thrown for a loss back at the 20-yard line. And so the Foxes go from zero. Here's the snap, the placement, the kick is up, it is blocked. The ball floating around, scooped up by Butler and returned out to the 20-yard line. So Butler blocks the field goal attempt by Facero and takes over at their own 22-yard line. Looking at a 4th and 8 and can't convert on the field goal. Here's Pepena's handoff to Schmidt, straight ahead, finds a little running room and squirms his way through out near the 26-yard line, a pickup of 4.
Lately, did you get a renewal notice for a policy with another company you never applied to? Have you had a thorough home inspection to establish a homeowner's value or a face-to-face interview review?
We're moving right to left to start this 4th quarter. 9:25 remaining. Pepena rolls left, looking to throw. Here comes the pressure. Eludes a tackle, and then he's going to be wrapped up and dropped at the 31-yard line, and Butler will have to kick it away on 4th and 1. Look for Butler. They're going to go with a long count, Mike. They usually do in this situation to try to draw the Foxes off. And it's a high snap. Cherry's punt. Wow. He gets away a high, booming kick. Facero makes the catch back on a fair catch at his own 34-yard line, where the 5, what a super year he had. He's going to be a millionaire in a few years, Mike.
He is right now, I think, if that contract they're off.
Here's Aiken rolling to his left, looking to throw, fires downfield, incomplete, through behind his intended receiver, out of line, shotgun formation. Mike Frank comes in motion right. Here comes the blitz. Aiken back, looking, fires down the middle, has a man open, complete to Liebert, out at the 43-yard line, 44-yard line, and the Foxes will be short 1 yard. At schools like IUP and Clarion and Slippery Rock will be looking at. So 3rd and 1 for the Foxes. This has been their Achilles heel, running the ball, and there it is again. They just can't run the ball. And nowhere to go on a handoff to his fullback, Fritsch. They difference. So 4th and 1 for the Foxes at their own 44. They're going to have to throw to make this first down. Here's Aiken on a keeper to the outside. He gets the first down and more out to the 48-yard line on a rollout right by John Aiken. Their own 48-yard line, trailing 17-7 with 6:27 to go. Aiken back, shotgun. Here comes the pressure. Gets it off to Liebert at the 48 of Butler, where he makes the catch, and he's down time converting on 3rd down short yardage plays. Here's Liebert, the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Under pressure, down the right sideline, incomplete, way over the head of his intended receiver. And only once this year have the Foxes scored 2 touchdowns in a football game. Here's a snap back to Aiken. It's slow. Back to throw. Fires, has a man open. Sarah over the middle. He's hit, still up, and finally hit again. He wasn't down. The whistle blew, and he was hit hard a 3rd time by Maker at the Butler 37-yard line. Double slot, shotgun formation. Mike Frank goes in motion left. Here comes Butler with a blitz again. Here's a pass over the middle, complete to Edwards. Inside the 25 and down to the 24, and another Fox Chapel first down. Line is doing a penalty against the Foxes. And, you know, Mike, all these the Foxes, they've been able to drive, move the ball all evening through the air. They just can't get it in the end. Here's a snap over the head of Aiken, bouncing around. He dives for it. I don't know that he got it. Maybe Butler got it. Justin Cooksey recovers out at the 30. 1st and 10, Butler, I formation. Pena under center. Gives to Schmidt off the right side, and he's stacked up and dropped for no gain. And this Fox Chapel defense has really been tough.
I'm very stingy.
2nd and 9 for Butler at their own 38-yard line. Clock running down to 4 minutes to play. Pepena bootlegging out to his left. Looking now wants a run out across the 40, and he gets inside Fox Chapel territory to the Fox Chapel 47-yard line before he's belted out. Looking just probably keep this on the ground and to run the clock out. Here's a handoff to Schmidt off the right side. Huge hole, straight up, loses the football, and there's a scramble for it at the Fox Chapel 35-yard line, and I think the Foxes have it.
Well, you know, and we've seen this. Let's see. They are giving the ball. Now there's a penalty thrown.
Personal foul.
On whom? And struggling so hard to pick up that extra yard or two, and somehow the ball gets loose, but the Fox Chapel Foxes jump on it, and a personal foul
against will come out in a shotgun set, double slot formation. And Butler showing blitz. Here it comes. Aiken back to throw. Time. Fires down the middle. Wide open to Edwards. Out across the 40 and into Butler territory and down to the Butler 49-yard line. Yards passing in the first half. He's back once again, the shotgun formation. 1st and 10 for the Foxes at the Butler 49-yard line. Has time. Now tries to run out to the right. Tucks it away. And down inside the Butler 45 to the Butler 44-yard line before he's tripped up.
Stop in to test drive a new Ford Focus. It's on the showroom floor at Butler County Ford.
We know how to please, and we'll always treat you right. We'll save you money. We'll save you money. We'll save you money, cause we're dealing your way.
41, Senecavelli 9. Aiken back in shotgun formation. Here comes the pressure. Steps up, has a man down the right sideline to Liebert. Incomplete.
Oh, no.
And we're going to get a pass interference call against Butler for impeding Liebert's ability. Here's a shocking score. 4th quarter, North Hill 7, Central Catholic nothing.
It looked like Kozik.
It looked like he had good position on Liebert. Surprised about that call, but then surprised about. Here comes a blitz. Aiken back to throw. Rolls to his left. Looks. Fires deep down the left sideline for Frank. A leap for the ball. And Matt Tack comes up with the interception on a fine defensive play at the Butler 11-yard line with 2 minutes to go. And that should seal the win for the Tornado. 1st and 10, Butler. Here's a handoff to Schmidt. Straight ahead, running room. Out across the 15 and up near the 18-yard line goes Brett Schmidt.
There's $13,000. Trucks and SUVs starting less than $14,900. The game plan is simple. For rock-bottom monthly payments, go directly to your Butler County truck headquarters. Reston Dodge Jeep Toyota. Route 8 south of Butler.
Against Butler, pretty hard to overcome 7 turnovers and a pretty good Butler defense. Here's a handoff off the left side to Nathan Mitchell. Breaks free, gets it out across the 25 and up near the 29, even though we lost 21-9. 2nd and 4 for the Tornado at their own 29-yard line. Here's a handoff the right side. Schmidt breaks loose. Out across the 35 and up to the 39-yard line goes Brett Schmidt. And he has they run the ball against much bigger teams. And Papena will take a snap as the clock runs down to under a minute to go. And coming alive here tonight. Good defense by the Tornado. And congratulations to Butler. The Tornado goes to 2-4 on the season. 2-2 in conference at North Allegheny. That's the end of the game with a final score of Butler 17 and Fox Chapel 7. We'll be back to recap the scoring after these messages.
Tonight's coverage of Butler High School football brought to you